93% of all our communication is non-verbal. This was said by important psychologist David Matsumoto, that he focused on the field of facial expression, gesture, nonverbal behavior, emotion, and culture. So these are very important words that we'll be talking in this. My name is Kenny Munibe, and I will be teaching you a little bit of nonverbal communication. And before starting and giving you all this information and all this great information that will help you in your life, it's important for you to understand the purpose of it. Now, I have three important purposes. One of them is for you to understand the importance of it, of course. The second one is for you to be curious about this topic. And the third one is for you to know why is it important. Now, to be curious about it, I'm going to give you just enough information for you to be curious about this topic. This is a topic very large, and I cannot give you all the information that's there. It's impossible. You cannot learn it just by reading a book or an article, just by listening to a talk. It's a lot of information. There's a lot of information about this, and the best way is for you to try to learn as much as you can. Of course, you can't learn everything, but you can learn just as much to make your life even easier with this. So, what's nonverbal communication? Nonverbal communication is all the communication that we give without speaking a word. This has to do with everything that we do, the way we move, the way we dress, the way we speak, everything. Everything has to do with nonverbal communication. And I'm going to give you just enough information for you to go and be anxious to go and find something more about it. So there's 9 types of nonverbal communication. The first type is facial expression. This is the way that we express our feelings through our face, or we're giving a message through our face. For example, how we are happy. It's really easy because we do a happy smile. When we're sad, we do a smile face, and this won't vary throughout the world. Everyone does the exact same facial expressions to express themselves in all about the world. It's very easy to know the feelings of someone just by looking to their face. Another one important one is gestures. So it's funny because how we move says a lot about what we're trying to show. The way we move our hands, the way we move our head, everything will help somebody else try to understand something, or it will help you unconsciously, in a way or in another one, say what you want to say without saying a word. Another one important one, very important, gesture can vary through the world. So for example, if something is very respectful here in the United States, will be really disrespectful. This could be disrespectful in another country. So we got to be really careful about those cultures, because these gestures can help us be more respectful, be disrespectful, or try to give a message and others understanding something else. Body language. Now, body language is important because everyone does it. Everyone does it without even saying. The way we stand, the way we see, everything has to do with our body language. And this will give you a lot. And a lot of people may notice this one. This one is a pretty famous type of nonverbal communication. David Matsumoto, also the same psychologist that I started talking about, he said that around approximately 60% of our communication it's body language. So this is a big part of our nonverbal communication. Another important one is haptics. So the way we touch someone else says a lot about how we feel or the message that we're trying to show. For example, how we hug someone can be a good example of trying to show a message to that person, tell them that you care for them, that you're there for them, that you love them. Even if we even if we hug awkwardly, we're also showing and saying a different thing with our haptics, with how we touch somebody else. A very important one too that not many people know is artifacts. So artifacts is the way we use objects to show a message, and this could be really simple example, but it's one way. So how we use a pen. Have you ever have someone who like always clicking that pen and clicking that pen? That's a way they're trying to show a message and saying, hey, I'm stressed, help me out, kind of a thing. They're very stressed and they're just trying to click a message, click a pen and pen and pen, and that's what they're trying to show, their feelings, and they're trying to show a message. That's a pretty simple example that everybody have seen. Another important one is proxemics. So how we use our space around us can say a lot about how we feel towards a person or our message toward a person. If we're trying to get really close with someone, it means that we are really confident and trust that person. But if we're trying to back off, it means that we don't trust that person. That we need to take our space and have our space because we do not trust that person. That's a simple way of how we use our space, and that's called proxemics. Another way that we do it a lot, it's paralinguistics. What does this mean? Everyone does it. Everyone has that sarcastic voice, right? That's a proxemic way, paralinguistic way to show something, right? So a very easy example is the sarcasm, right? So we all have that sarcastic voice that when we say something, we're meaning something else completely different. So that's how we use our voice to create another message that's not nonverbal. So this is called paralinguistics. And it's not only with their voice, but the tone of voice that we use, and how loud are we speaking can say a lot without saying a word. Another important one is it's eye gaze. So what does this mean? This is very, very interesting because everyone does it, but not many people notice it. And this is how we use our eyes to show a message. When people are trying to avoid eye contact, they're showing a feeling and they're sending a message. When people are trying to make as much eye contact with you, they are showing a feeling and they're showing a message too. And the other one, most important, is appearance. So how we dress ourselves. It says a lot, whether we like it or not, whether we think it's wrong, we think it's right. It says a lot about us. Even the colors that we use says a lot about the message that we show. The hairstyle, our style, everything says a lot about us, and we have to be very careful in what's the message that we're showing to the people. Now, these are the 9 types of nonverbal communication, and I think it's important for us to know that if we know how to read these people, if we understand a little more, we can create a better environment to us and have less communication around our environment. Thank you very much.